I'm Ben Meyer.
And I'm Rob Wright.
And this week we had an E3 preview all ready to go.
Yep.
And then some big news came out over the weekend that made us scrap it.
Yep.
Essentially at the Worldwide Invitational that Blizzard held, they announced Diablo 3. They've been teasing us the past week with their website, kind of with a graphic over the front, and people were speculating, and yes, Diablo 3 was announced. What did we learn from this invitational?
It is reality.
It is real.
What did we learn? Well, we learned that this game is going to upstage pretty much everything that's probably going to be shown at E3 in a couple of weeks, hence us scrapping the previous video plan that we had for today. But more importantly, specifically about the game Diablo 3, what did we learn? There aren't a whole lot of details about the title yet from Blizzard, but they did talk a little bit about some of the things that we're going to see. Specifically, the game takes place 20 years after the events of Diablo 2. And we're going to see some familiar faces. One of the main NPCs is returning, Deckard Cain. Stay a while and listen, very important. So he's back. And, as far as the actual plot of the game, the story details, we don't really know. We probably won't know much about that for a while. Blizzard will probably keep that under wraps, which is a good thing.
Right.
No complaints there. But one thing that's very important that Blizzard's already starting to talk about is sort of improvements and enhancement features to Battle.net, which is going to be crucial because Diablo 3 is, it's built on co-op multiplayer, and it's just, it's a crucial part of the title. So.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do there. Not just for Diablo 3, but just kind of building up Battle.net again. Also for StarCraft 2, I think it'll be really good to see what kind of enhancements they do there, and I have no doubt they will. Classes, we learned a little bit something there. A little bit, they had the original 3 classes from Diablo, the warrior, rogue, and sorcerer, and then they had the 5 classes in Diablo 2. Well, they're going with 5 classes again.
Yes.
But obviously they're going to be slightly different.
Yeah.
Because we saw in the gameplay that there's a barbarian again.
Yeah.
Hack and slash. And there's also going to be a new class they announced, the Witch Doctor.
Witch Doctor.
Which sounds kind of cool.
Yeah.
Maybe a little dreads or something.
Voodoo.
Maybe some voodoo.
You never know.
You never know. But anyway, we don't know what the other ones are, and they'll probably tease them out slowly over time.
Sure.
Maybe BlizzCon or something like that. But it's always fun to have new material to work with, and then still have the same kind of familiar characters to work with as well.
Maybe they'll bring back an Amazon.
I know you're a fan of the Amazon.
Sorceress, maybe. Who knows? Whatever.
He wants some female classes. That's what he's saying.
Anyway, moving on. Technical information, very important for Diablo 3. The game has a all-new 3D graphics engine, which, if you've seen the gameplay video, the 20-minute gameplay video on Blizzard's site or on Tom's Games, you can kind of see that there's quite a visual upgrade to this game. Yes, the animation looks really good. Really good. But more importantly, the graphics engine's powered by the Havoc physics engine, which gives it the destructible environments and sort of that level of detail, which is really, really crucial. I had a good time watching that 20-minute video and just kind of see how the environmental interaction with the gameplay. I think that's going to be really important.
It definitely takes that genre in kind of a different direction when the environment becomes a weapon, and there's the layer of complexity. You already have so many weapons, so many different tools and skills that you can utilize, and then when you add the environment, it permutates in the way that you can take out zombies and
absolutely
ghouls and whatnot.
And the graphics themselves, they're not photorealistic, obviously, but they're not. They're not low level.
No, definitely much better looking. I think that it's certainly not World of Warcraft. It's not Christ either. But for this type of gameplay, I think that would be a mistake anyway. You don't want that when you're playing an action.
And I think knowing Blizzard's track record and knowing what type of system requirements that they want to achieve with a game like this, it's going to be very mid-range. And I think to see the graphics in that gameplay video and see. They're very enticing visuals.
Right.
I think that it's going to be a pretty good game to run on sort of that mid-range system. It's pretty impressive visuals for something like that. So.
And that leads us to a release date because, today's mid-range system might be tomorrow's low-end system.
Could be.
Because, it just announced 2009 might be a stretch for this one. Given
it's highly optimistic.
Highly optimistic.
Yes.
Probably more like 2010, unfortunately, for fans. If you take StarCraft 2 as a benchmark, they announced it was spring 2007, and here we are without exact release date now. So
hoping that it comes out this year.
And that's an emphasis on the hope. So, we'll probably won't see it till 2010. There's also a little bit of rumor about a console version potentially. A little bit of chatter here and there. Blizzard left the door open. They have the merger with Activision, so I'm assuming they have a lot more console development resources. But I don't know that this would really be a game. I play console, but I'm not sure that this is a game that you really want.
Yeah, it'll be like StarCraft on the N64. I don't think it's really built for the consoles, but who knows? I mean, things may change in a couple of years.
Yeah, I know that they have made they're making some usability changes to make it a little bit easier. I mean, it's already a relatively easy game to play, but to make it even easier to access certain things. So maybe that would make it more console friendly.
It's possible. So I guess in summary, like, what does this mean? What is the Diablo 3 announcement? It is a reality. What does it mean now for Blizzard? And I mean, it means a lot. I mean, that's the simple answer. But when you think about it, like, Blizzard's already hitting it out of the park right now with World of Warcraft.
Definitely.
They've got StarCraft 2 coming out around the corner. So they've got the dominant MMO, 10 million plus subscribers and counting. They've got the dominant RTS with the sequel coming out soon, and that's going to be dominant. And now they're updating the dominant action RPG, fantasy, hack and slash title. And I mean, my goodness, in 2 years they're going to be. I mean, it's going to be like unstoppable.
Yeah, they are definitely running PC. They're like the Google of PC gaming, just running it.
I mean, it's really impressive to think about sort of these franchises and how they've been able to update them. And they've got the expansion packs too. Don't forget, for World of Warcraft. So it's not like they're letting that linger.
No, they're not letting that linger.
No, they're not letting it linger at all. But, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how when all of these franchises are kind of running at their height at the same time, man, that's going to be something special. And what's interesting, though, is that obviously World of Warcraft is huge, StarCraft is huge. World of Warcraft has the numbers. I mean, just insane MMO numbers. But I really believe that Diablo 3 is going to put Blizzard in a place where it hasn't been before in terms of success and just sort of, fan appreciation. Because I really think that more so than World of Warcraft, this game, this franchise is like really near and dear to people's hearts. It's a fan favorite. I think people care about it more than they care about World of Warcraft. I mean, I think people are addicted to World of Warcraft, and I think they really want to play Diablo,
Right. So, there's been these rumors that they had been working on some new IP, but it probably, though, that was cover for Diablo 3.
It could have been.
Do you think this is a better way to utilize resources than going in a new direction?
I think you had to make a Diablo 3. I mean, the same way I think you had to make a StarCraft 2. You couldn't leave fans. I know that people still play Diablo. I know that still people play StarCraft, but you had to update those. And now that you are, and you have them coming out in the same sort of, 2-year window, hopefully, with World of Warcraft, my goodness, watch out.
And it's telling too that Blizzard is doing all this with games that appeal to a wide segment of hardware that people actually have. An average to moderate gaming rig can play everything perfectly
and
well.
And with genres that people really appreciate in PC gaming, like RTS and MMO. Sure. They're crushing it right now.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what we find out over the next few months more about Diablo 3, and you should check it out on tomsgames.com. But that's all the time we have for this week. I'm Ben Meyer.
And I'm Rob Wright.
And we'll see you next time.